Hi y'all! Linda here from Wild Rumpus Booksellers, and I am here with some fun new recommendations for YA queer romances for you. Whether you are in high school, almost in high school, you've been out of high school for 25 years, it doesn't matter. I promise you I have something here that is going to tickle your fancy. So to get right into it, the first one I want to recommend is this one, You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. This book is so sweet and so fun. It is all the realistic fiction, high school romance fantasy you've ever wanted. It is these two girls who are both running for prom queen and they start to fall for each other. It really just totally warmed my heart, and if you love that like all-American high school romance but you want it to have a fun queer twist, this is the book for you. On a sort of different note, if you want something with a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of spooky, this is the book for you, Faith Taking Flight by Julie Murphy. Now, just so you know, this is an novelization of an origin story of a superhero from a whole series of comics, but I didn't know that when I read it. I just was like, oh, it's gonna be a fun superhero book, but it's way different than that because there's a whole bunch of spooky stuff happening in the town that Faith lives in. She was stolen away and experimented on over the summer, and she's trying to just live a normal life again until the main character of this TV show she loves, which is sort of like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Buffy style show, shows up in town, and they start having this whirlwind romance, and all of a sudden she's not sure about anything that's real around her anymore. This has such a good, complex love interest, and I thought it was a really, really cool read. Plus it's set in the Twin Cities, which is really fun. And the last one I'm going to recommend, don't tell the other two, but it might be my favorite. I love everything Kacen Callender does, and Felix Ever After is no exception. They've written several books for middle grade readers before, but this is their first YA book, and it is fantastic. Basically it's got a very like New York City art school vibe happening with it, and as someone who grew up in the Midwest, that's very cool to me. But it's about this trans guy named Felix, and basically there's a like big reveal at the beginning of the book where somebody puts up a bunch of pictures of him before he transitioned that include his dead name, and he's trying to figure out who it is, but he's also maybe falling in love with somebody, maybe falling in love with somebody else. There's a whole like fun love triangle thing, and it has a little bit of mystery to it, but it at its heart is really a love story, I think, and it ended up being one of my absolute favorite books I've read in the last few months. So if you're looking for a good YA queer romance anytime in the next little bit, I can't recommend those three highly enough. If you do end up reading them, let me know what you think, and I'll see y'all next time.